Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for sticking with us. This last hunt features a bird I'd been chasing all year. He gave me the slip on several different occasions, and on one time in particular I caught him gobbling on the roost and I set up with the camera. I was calling to him softly, he kept gobbling, but after about 45 minutes something was wrong. He just wasn't moving, and I thought he was in the field, but then I caught movement in the tree. He was actually still on the roost, gobbling his head off. He must have gobbled 100 times. He must have seen me and just stayed up there avoiding whatever danger was on the ground that he couldn't figure out what it was. He eventually flew out on the other side of the woods, hit the pasture, and that's the last I saw of him. So I was pretty disappointed at that point. But on this morning I caught up with him again. He was on the roost again. He was in a big oak tree and a fence line not too far from where I'd encountered him before. But he had pastures on either side of the fence line. And it was a 50-50 chance which side he was going to fly out on. He was actually on the far side away from me, and I thought he was going to fly down the other side of the field. But lucky for me, he flew down on my side. So stay tuned and check this out. I think you're going to enjoy it. Unlike the previous hunt, I located this bird before he located me. He was in a big oak tree and roosted by himself apparently. So I got the tripod set up and was just waiting for him to fly down. Well, finally the bird flew down the field right in front of me, but he was just a little bit too far out of range for my comfort. Now it may look like this bird's in closer, but actually I've just zoomed the camera in. Video is quite deceptive, and it can look like they're really close on TV when in actuality they're way out of range. This bird's still out about 55-60 yards, and I need to get him closer for a good kill shot. While we wait to see if I can get this big old gobbler in, let's check out another segment of F2K tips and tactics. Alright guys, it's late in the season. Foliage has grown up, it's thick, it's hot, it's windy, the birds aren't gobbling, and you don't know what to do. Well, I tell you what I do, I go deer hunting. No, not literally, but you set up on a pinch point or a travel route like behind me. I've got my blind set up in the four corners of 4 fields, and I know from experience that birds travel through here. It's not as fun as run and gun, but you know, if you sit in this blind a while, birds will eventually travel through, and sometimes you just might catch a wary old gobbler coming through checking for hens, just like an old buck checking for does. So remember that next time it gets late in the season, things get tough for you. Set up on a pinch point, and you just might score late in the season. Now let's get back to the hunt. Well, I've tried to be careful with this bird. I've been subtle with very little calling, and he's just not having anything to do with it. He's just staying out of range, and he's heard it all this season. He's just really not coming in. One of the keys to being a good hunter is learning how to read an animal's body language. Something told me this turkey wasn't going to stick around much longer, and that my hunt was quickly coming to an end one way or the other. Hey guys, John Lyons, 50 Kill Outdoors here this morning. It's May the 2nd, late in the season. I just tagged out on my second bird. Caught him on the roost this morning. Flew down the field right behind the camera. I must have worked him for 45 minutes. He wouldn't get much closer than you saw the shot on film. It was a longer shot than I wanted to take, but he was about ready to vacate the premises. He's heard about all he wants to hear this year, and I think I've run into this old boy before, and he's giving me a slip every time. At this time, I had one up on him, but using a new call maker this morning, using a diaphragm by Bill's Custom Calls out of F2K County, Kentucky. And those subtle purrs and clucks kept him interested and kept him within range, but had to rely on the federal number 6s to put a smack down on him, and they did the job. So Adam, why don't you tell us about those 2 turkeys you blasted in the first 3 days?
My season was pretty good. As usual, I got my 2 birds in the bag. As usual, I shot one of them out from underneath my dad, and I didn't invite anybody with a camera or tripod alone, but that tags a bird. So I guess next year I'll slow up a little bit and see if I can let one of these boys follow up behind me. They might learn a thing or two. They might even learn a call, a technique, a sneak. If I could just get everybody that has a camera with good knees, then I'll have a cameraman for next year. Otherwise, you just got to keep looking at these pictures.
I'd like to thank everybody that's made this dream a reality. Thank all of our pro staffers for all the help they've been. Thank our Wounded Warriors for what they've done and getting to hunt with us. And also thank all of our fine sponsors for helping us make this DVD. And we plan on it being bigger and better next year.